Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. It's Marie with Swipe in the City.
And you've got Michelle in the house, as well as, I would say, probably fan favorite.
What?
Do you want to introduce yourself? You want to give a little Paul Miller intro?
Yeah. Well, first of all, shouts out to all my fans I didn't know I had. Yo, I hope they're not just sitting on this couch right now.
Tell them to follow you on Spotify.
Yeah, follow me on Spotify, P Miller, and follow me on Instagram at PMJams. It's dope shit.
What kind of dope shit? Why should people follow you? What do you do?
So I make music, and I also produce events in Austin that showcase and highlight a lot of the independent skills and talent that we have in this city that need a lot more shine. We've got a lot of cool people that come through, including you guys sometimes. Winky Blinky.
That was the best sales pitch I've heard you give for yourself ever.
I love. All right, wanted to get
Opa.
that.
Well, we're super happy to have you back, Paul. We've missed you. It's been a while since we've done some shit guys say. Yeah. So for those of you who haven't heard, we're just gonna read guys is used interchangeably, and so we use DMs from people that we see, that our friends see, and other prompts and other things that happen on dating apps that just should not. But we think they're funny.
Can I ask you a question before we start?
No.
Are we okay? All right.
Go ahead.
Let's go. Go
ahead, Paul.
Does that mean we have actual we have actual shit? What ladies might say here do we have any today? Because you said it's a non-gender neutral, and I was like, it's weird that she specified this time because we usually only have. Oh, okay.
We do. We should have at least a couple of prompts that came from female profiles.
Yes, equality.
Yes, we are here for equality. Women can be just as stupid as men on dating apps. So, like, that's what we're here for. We say it all with love, even though we're pretty fucking mean sometimes. I would like to say, Paul asked if we're sponsored because I was taking some videos of our drinks. We are not, in fact, sponsored, but would love to be sponsored by Betches. But it's probably a conflict of interest because they already have a dating podcast that we reference in every episode. Shout out to you up. But so they just came out with their own line of beverages called Faux Pas. And so we are sampling the beverages today. And you guys just tried the grapefruit and orange tequila soda for the first time. What are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, so tasting notes, hints of noon at the pool, side of nice bar, not a dive bar, but not like super bougie bar. No, it's really good. It's super clean. What's interesting about these drinks too is they are like canned cocktails. So they're made with vodka. They're made with tequila, not just like malt beverage like your typical seltzers or some other drinks on the market. So it's good. I will say it doesn't quite feel like a full proper cocktail, but it's a canned cocktail. So my expectations maybe need to be set. But I think it's pretty delicious.
I when I tasted it, my first thought was, this is the type of drink that like you at the end of the night or end of the day after you're getting messed up at the pool, and you're like, okay, great, I'll just have something a little light to sober myself up and keep the buzz going though. And then you drink it, and then you realize, oh, this was the wrong decision. This is not going to do the intended. This is not going to have the intended effect.
Yeah, these are 8%.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't think this is a sober up drink. Like a Lone Star is a sober up drink, but I don't think this is that intention.
Yeah. It tastes really light, I think, for what it is. So I just poured you guys the Bartlett Pear Vodka Mule. Take a quick sip. This is my second favorite.
Oh, I like that.
I like this one a bit more. It's a little more palatable than the other one. I like
the I'm a big fan of pear. I always forget how much I love pear and
pears
pear
go hard.
Oh, hi, kitty.
They're like they're the superior apple. Like, can you really, like, there's apples and then there's like the elite, which is pears.
Yeah. So on that note, now that we've
You the one that said you like pears. I'm only agreeing with you.
Pears are delicious.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. We don't need to go down a pair. We're on the wrong. This is the wrong content creation platform. We need to be with Kyle creating a TikTok to talk about our love of pears.
This is the fruit podcast. Welcome.
Well, anyways, yeah, I wanted you guys to try these because I'm obsessed and a groupie for the Betches. So if you can find it, you can find it at local liquor stores, and it's supposed to be on Drizzly. This is not a paid advertisement. Shall we get into the bullshit?
Sounds like one.
Actually, it is a paid advertisement because Marie paid for the beverages for us to advertise.
Yeah,
that's how you get. That's how you start out.
That's how you start out, baby.
Build from the ground up.
I'm sure they're so happy about this free ad space.
On that note, Paul, you want to do us the honor of reading the messages in white? And for context, this is a Facebook message thread.
Okay. Before we go in, I obviously can't read the name because for privacy's sake. But I also just want to say this name sounds incredibly fake. Does not sound like a real person. You know?
Yes. Also, I did want to give a shout out. We're not going to say which messages are hers or not, but our good friend Katie at Potential Siren. She's got some spicy content on Instagram. Super dope chick.
Oh, she's the best.
She is fucking awesome. I sent her an SOS text this morning and I was like, hey, do you have some shit for us? And she's like, hold please. So shout out to her contributions. Yeah.
There's also some stuff in here from Adri as well. So we actually have some user-generated content here, which is super exciting.
Love that.
I'm not on the apps, and Paul's not on the apps, so...
How do you think I get my music out? I'm still there. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh. I hope Carly's not listening.
Also, the respect. I told Marie the other day, I was like, I think I have to get back on Hinge. And she's like, why? I was like, to generate ops for work. Why else?
Generate ops. Yo. Tell me.
Ops over everything.
You're about to end up on somebody else's version of shit guys say as like, don't use Hinge for networking.
Yo, I'm just laughing. Just quick sidebar. Ops in like my circles runs for the opposition. So
it's opportunities in sales.
Yeah, that makes me laugh really hard because literally there's no context in which I speak where ops is like a good thing. And it's like, yo, fuck the ops.
Okay.
Anyways,
all right. Now that we've gone down that path, all right. You were saying this name sounds made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
All right. I would just want the listeners to think of any way to spell Tyler and you're not right about it. Like that's however you think to spell it, you're absolutely wrong. And then the last name sounds like something I would come up with if I were thinking of like a druid in Dungeons and Dragons. That's a fantasy game. Druids are with nature. Anyways, so scene. Hello. No, that's not the character. Hello. Can I ask you an honest but random question? Question mark. 8:30 a.m. September 15th. Time passes.
Time passes. We don't know how much time, unfortunately, but my guess is at least months, if not years.
Really?
At least months have passed, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, because the next message says 5:23 a.m., but I guess it doesn't say the day. Oh, it's the day of.
Otherwise, we'd be going backwards in time.
Oh. Nobody heard that. Nobody heard that.
Otherwise, we're going backwards, Paul.
No. I didn't know if it was like 5:23 of like a few days later. Anyways.
Okay,
all right.
well, keep in mind, this is Facebook, and they have a weird way of dating things because they're Facebook. I don't actually know that. I just want to shit on Facebook.
Wow. Don't you know somebody that works? Anyways. 5:23 a.m. May I?
Same day as the may I. May you what? Ask me a question from September. Laughing, crying emoji.
And that's it. That's
I wish we had the time. I wish we knew the time between. But my guess, because I've gotten these types of messages before, like my guess is it's been like months in between, and they're just like following up, but it's like, what?
Also, it looks. I mean, there's a little check box next to her response. Does that mean he's seen it or
no? It'll show seen.
Oh, okay. I was like, it'd be really funny though if he like saw that and just never said anything.
Right.
Like, oh shit, you're right. I'm a fucking dumbass.
Yeah. Just shouts out to anybody doing this. Where your priorities at, playa? Like, what's going on? First of all, 8:30 a.m. It's not the earliest. Fine. Like, I send messages that early sometimes, but five, and checking. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's going on in your life? Do we need to talk?
Also, though, based on where it says they studied, they might be on the West Coast. And if this is being read in Central Time, it would be 3:30 a.m. for that second message, which fully checks out for creepy Facebook messages.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. See, I didn't even think about the time. Like, listen, honestly, I shut it down from that point on. I don't get messages like that, but if I did, I shut it down at that point where it's like, well, no. Yeah, don't do this. I don't understand. What could you possibly? What if his random question was like, so do you really think Luke Skywalker meant to kill Kylo Ren? Like, do you think like? Yo, what if that was his question?
I just like the asking a question of, can I ask you a question? Never. Well, and also never has someone asked me something that's like appropriate or funny or a valid question. It's always something fucking weird.
Now, is that strictly from like in this context? Because I will preface a lot of things with like, hey man, let me ask you a question, and then follow it up with like, do you think oranges came before the word, or like the color came first? You know, like that's usually.
Are you asking that to people you know, or random ass people on the internet?
It could literally just people I just met. It could just be that.
Well, that's different. If you're saying it, your tone is different. But this is, I mean, there's obviously no tone in a message, and this is a total stranger.
Sure. No,
like,
I'm not.
No introduction.
I'm not messaging random people. I don't even like people. So I'm not messaging random people.
Can relate.
Off top.
Speaking of which, on to the next one. What else are we working with? I think we've oh, wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Marie, why don't you just read this one for us?
Okay. This is a Hinge prompt that says, together we could create a family valued dynamic triad.
Remind me of what a triad is.
That's an Asian gang. I think it's Chinese.
Okay, I don't think that's what they're referencing here.
The triads?
Is a triad like three adults, like a poly relationship with?
No. There's no way that they mean like a valued dynamic.
Sorry, we're gonna be Googling real quick.
What
is a triad?
They mean.
Oh, three partners. Okay.
What? No.
This is what we need Brooke on for.
Create a family value dynamic triad. What? All right. There's no commas. I'm so confused.
So definition, according to Google, affirmativecouch.com on polyamorous relationship structures, it says triad. A triad is also made up of three partners, but is a relationship in which all three partners are romantically and or sexually involved with each other.
Ew.
So, I mean, it's not like a third. It's like all three of them are in love or whatever.
Could y'all do that?
Like. I mean, I don't know. If it's a word, it must exist, right?
Like us personally?
Yes, that's what I meant. Like, I didn't mean just like theoretically. Could a random person? No, like yes.
I don't. Honestly, like I'm exhausted just thinking about being romantically involved with two people at once and having to take into consideration their feelings and needs.
One is enough.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, my one non-existent partner is enough for me.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's a. So this person says, together we could create a family value dynamic triad. I think that's funny if, like, in the rest of their profile, they didn't mention wanting to be part of a throuple. That's what I'm calling it.
The family value dynamic thing throws me, too. Like, I'm picturing, like, you know those, like, family portraits that are, like, super cheesy that you get done at, like, JCPenney?
You mean, like, on my profile? Yes.
Yeah, I'm picturing, like, those with, like, the three adults all, like, with their arms around each other and then, like, kids and puppies.
So now that you say that, now all I can picture is when they say that, it was like, well, okay, one of us is going to be the mom, the other one's going to be the dad, and the third one's going to have to be the baby. It doesn't
Or
matter.
both.
Or but it's going to like cycle through.
Also, they're all wearing matching sweaters.
Yeah.
So I will say, this is really funny. I have a friend who's in a situation like this, and from conversations I've had with them, basically, like, they have kids, they are involved with a couple that has kids, but they're very communicative about like what it means to them, what their boundaries are, who you like. It's actually really, really interesting, and it's someone that I would love to like bring onto the pod. But so like this does work for somebody, and I think what's interesting too is like, and especially because like none of us are currently or have been in like a polyamorous relationship, I think we maybe have some assumptions about what poly is, but what it is different to everybody, just like any other type of relationship. And so I think it's really interesting because what they're, I believe, trying to express with this is like it's prefaced in a strange way. Like the way it's written is very interesting, but I think what they're saying is like, I'm not looking for, hey, let's just like
Traditional.
Like, y'all want threesomes like all the time?
Like, I just
like,
wanna, like
they weren't
be,
saying
like,
that.
consistently like fucking multiple people. I think what they're saying more so is like, hey, this is like my style of relationship, but I want it to be like wholesome in a way. I don't know. It's interesting for sure.
Yeah, and shouts out to people that are into this and whoever posted this. I want to say that like I think we're making light of it, but like it's not like an admonishment. Like do what you got to do. Like if it's cool, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I want to make everybody feel welcome and shit. You know
I mean, well, and I mean now we've got Brooke part of the show too. She's out of town right now, but
shouts out to Brooke, one of the smartest people I know.
She's brilliant. And I mean, she knows, as like given her profession, just a lot more about like polyamory and like different like non-traditional relationships. So that'll definitely be something that we can explore with her to actually give us some insight. But also I feel like kind of like on an app in a prompt, I think you could phrase this a little better because I'm confused. Like,
so also I'm curious in the prompt, is the other person in the other pictures? So like, do you already have a third? Are you the third? Or are you going to be the second? And like, together we going hunting. Like, is that how that works? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think too, at least in my opinion, there's kind of a balance of being very like transparent and upfront with things and like having conversations around things. And I think some stuff like, not like, obviously if you're like poly, you're looking for that, like obviously you can be as transparent in the apps with that. But I think a lot of people could read this and be confused, or it can be misconstrued rather. Whereas like you said, if it was phrased a little bit differently, if it was a little more, not that anyone owes anyone an explanation, but I think there's other ways to present it to where it wouldn't just be like, huh? Like Paul thought it was a gang.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say like we literally had to look it up. Like we had to look it up.
Listen, guys, I know whoever posted this didn't mean the triads, the infamous Chinese gang. I know that.
Did they?
There's no. First of all, they didn't even capitalize the T. So
good point.
They didn't even capitalize the T. So you put some respect on the triads, okay? Chop.
On that note, yes, I know we need like a transition noise. Okay.
Can I preface this as this is very old, and I was going through like my screenshots just trying to find shit, and I did dig up a couple things that were meant to be uploaded to Slack. This is like old. But anyways, Paul, can you read it?
Yeah, sure.
It's a picture of me on the beach.
And this person says, you seem like the perfect girl to go string up a hammock on the beach and have a sunset picnic with. I don't mind the idea. It's cheesy and dumb, but man, boy, like just wording and just how you structured that.
So when I first at a glance read this, I read string up on a hammock.
That's what I heard. That's what I read the first time too. That's what I'm saying. Like the structure is very important.
Just like, that's like very aggressive for this. And she's in like shorts and a t-shirt also, by the way. Like this is a very just like adorable photo. It's not like super sexy, intentionally sexy by any means. But like, so it's like string up on a hammock. But that's actually not what they said.
Which is a funny implication that stringing up on a hammock is a sexy thing to do. Because I read that and I was like, oh, this is a horror movie about to happen. Like, I thought, God, he's about to turn Marie into a hammock. Oh, God, this is terrible.
Also, like, I'm on the Pensacola beach because I was visiting my parents, but like there isn't really anywhere. It's a beach. There aren't like trees on the beach that you can string a hammock up on. I mean, I'm not outdoorsy, so I don't know a lot about hammocks.
Okay, so to be fair though, if they don't know what beach this is, if you were in Maui, there's a lot of trees along the beach. Having a hammock is like very, very common. So given they don't know the location, okay.
Fun fact, the person who said this was actually Michelle. Michelle said this to you. This is how we're figuring this out now.
But honestly, just because I'm tired and hungry all the time.
I've never been to a beach with like trees all over it, like in a way that you could hang a hammock. I mean, I think there are hammocks that you can just kind of like set up that are like on metal or something, but then you're not stringing it up. So
okay, but that would be okay though. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know.
So how do we feel about, because this is, I guess we should also say this is like their first response. So Marie hasn't even in this case liked them back yet. A sunset picnic. A sunset picnic on the beach. How do we feel about that as like the initial offering? Even though this person probably would never even follow up on that, but that's a different story.
Absolutely not. I don't do picnics on first or even second. I don't know you. What? You expect me to what? No, absolutely not. You expect me to spend that much time? No. A picnic, because I'm going to do it big every time. We're getting good food. We're sitting on a blanket. You better be cool, but if no, that's not what I recommend the first time for anybody.
I love the idea. I do. I mean, I love the idea of a picnic. I don't know that I would love the idea of a picnic on the beach. Also, you can't eat in a hammock, first of all. But yeah, that's and honestly, I'm actually afraid of hammocks. So I love the idea of hammocks, but I'm scared of them. Well, when I was a kid, I was at my cousin's and they had a hammock, one of the metal ones, and they flipped me over on it. So I'm a little traumatized. I'm damaged.
So it sounds like you're afraid of falling. It's not specifically hammocks.
No, I just don't trust hammocks. They're just very flimsy to me.
Okay.
But like, so that I love the idea of a beach too. Like we go to the beach, we spend a little bit of time there. But like then you're cleaning up sand for the next 10 days. And like, so to me, a picnic on the beach means I'm literally eating sand in my sandwich.
Well, it's in the name, so.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, especially in my old age now.
How old are you, Michelle?
I mean, I'm 30.
Okay.
You know this.
I know.
Share a birthday.
You said that, and I really wanted you to be like, oh, this 60 is getting real old. Look, she's coughing up. She's so old, she coughs up dust.
Anyways, retweet on sand in your food at the beach. It's one of those things that everyone's like, oh, it's so like cute and sexy. It's like, no, it's not. It's like functionally, it ends up being a disaster.
And it's hot. And it's hot too.
Yeah.
Are you
your
kidding
cheese
me?
is melting.
Listen,
your drinks are warm.
Yo, everything's melting. And if you black and dating somebody white, then it's just constant sunscreen all the time. So shouts out to be prepared. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I do need a lot of sunscreen. Now, I will say, like, if this were the slide in for somebody on Hinge in Austin and they were like, hey, like, you look like the perfect girl to get a hammock and go to Zilker for a sunset picnic. Like, that would be okay with, I would be okay with that. I would probably, okay. I mean, if they didn't look like they were going to murder me on said picnic, I might respond with like, sure, let me know when are we going to go?
So if somebody hollered at you talking about, let's go do a hammock, whatever. Do you do hammocks? Whatever. Get in a hammock, you'd be like, bet. You'd be like, all right, I'll sit in that hammock with you, Playboy.
No, I would tell them I'm afraid of hammocks. pics first.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
that would probably open up a can of worms. But they can sit in the hammock. I'll sit on the blanket.
Okay. All right.
That's
Closer.
a picnic. Actually, is a blanket.
Gotcha. Okay. Lit.
Only on our podcast can you get triad and picnic defined in one place.
I mean, yeah. What else do people come here for? Okay.
Yeah. So, I think I can't decide if I want Paul or Marie to describe this photo. So this next
Y'all
one.
know this person?
No.
So this, do you?
Yeah, I know. I'm playing.
So this next one is it is this person's first photo on Hinge. This is a profile. It's a woman with a profile facing women, maybe women and men, unsure. Yeah, Paul, describe the photo to us.
Our subject is looking to the right, with the sun lightly touching their face and shadows being cast upon them by their car door, because it's all in the car and the picture is being taken from their rear view mirror. Which, like, yeah, I've also seen Driver. That's fine, but like, that's what? No, it's a dumb picture. It's dumb. I don't like it. You're not a photographer. Calm down.
Yeah. The fact that you can see like the traffic in the small little bit of space between like the bottom of the photo and the mirror is just funny to me. Like it was kind of a mind fuck when I first looked at it, and then I was like, okay. Also, like, she has this very like kind of sad, pensive look on her face that I'm not sure like if she's thinking, are we there yet? Or I'm so bored, I hate this guy on the date. Like, I don't know, but it's not really a positive. She's very pretty, but it's not really.
It feels like my thought is like just between the picture and the traffic below, the juxtaposition is very like dramatic,
Somber.
Yeah. And what's making me laugh is how many times she had to try to take this picture, because there's no way this is a first time picture.
So I think
there's no way.
I think the thought process is, oh, this lighting is really interesting. I'm going to try to do something kind of artsy. But to me, this is like, I don't know, it's like screaming 2000s a little bit.
Yes.
And again, you know, I'd say we're not here to judge, but here we are. But also it's like, this is your first impression to people on a dating app. Like, I would say just a photo where you're like looking at the camera, maybe, you know, a little different. Like this feels like something that was posted to like maybe like MySpace back in the day versus like, hey, this is my like headshot for a dating app.
Yo, imagine if someone's in the car with her right now. Like,
Well,
yo, what are you doing? Like, yo.
Two things, because it doesn't look like this is taken from the front seat. I will say her name. So her name is at the very top. So this is her very first photo, to like double down on what Michelle was saying. Like this isn't just like one of 6 photos. Like this is the very first impression of that first impression. But I also don't think that she's driving or in the front seat. The story that I've come up with in my head about this photo is that like her friends were in the front seat and they were taking a photo of like something somehow and like caught her just looking like this, and they were like, oh my god, this is so funny, and like zoomed in on it, and then she was like, that's so funny, I'm gonna make it my dating app picture.
I don't think she thought this shit was funny. I think she
I
thought
don't-
it was
I don't know
hot.
if that really
I think she
happened.
thought it was
I just wanted
hot.
to paint a picture.
No, that's actually the like. There's no because my dumb ass sat here like, damn, she really tried to take this fucking picture, and it didn't even come out good. And then, what you're saying makes way more sense. That she, her friend was probably taking a picture of some goose that was in the middle of the street, and then she was like, damn, I look good, and then cropped it just to her. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest, I disagree with both y'all. I think this was she intentionally took this photo. I think that she's driving, and so she's driving and it's reversed because like that's the side of the car where the seatbelt would be on. So it's on the other side because she's, in my opinion, she's way too close to the mirror because like so much of her face is cut off for her to be in the back seat. But the moral of this story is, if you want to have a kind of artsy-ish type photo, we recommend that you put that like later and not as the first impression. Most people aren't going to analyze the photo for 7 minutes like we just did, but like still would recommend it comes later.
That was like, yeah, we turned into an art critique podcast. Like that was really quickly.
Oh, we rebranded. You didn't know?
Yeah, this whole time, just in the, whoa. I don't know who this person is, but I'm swiping right.
Well,
I can tell you that.
Wait, though. You read the big text. You didn't see the prompt yet.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. What?
So for this one, Marie, why don't you read the prompt? I'll read the response, and then Paul can share.
All right. The prompt is, a random fact I love is...
fried pickles and beer emoji.
Yeah. I don't see...
There's nothing... You don't see anything wrong with, like, maybe how that prompt relates to the response?
Absolutely not. Go ahead, Murray.
I think it's a mistake. I think he meant to have what I order for the table is fried pickles and beer.
Man, my spirit is telling me right now.
Well,
that,
so first of all, this was another she.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's catching she's catching
I'm
that
sorry,
right.
I assumed.
She's catching that right swipe. I fucking love fried pickles. Like, I love them so much. Yo, all I need is a wife that loves fried pickles as much as I do, and then we're good. That's it. You could have just had fried pickles for every prompt in your bio, and I would have swiped right. What's your favorite childhood memory? Fried pickles.
Yo, that explains so much about dudes' profiles, though, because how many times have we, like, sent a video to one another, Michelle, and, like, making fun of somebody where it's, like, every single prompt that they put there says, like, tequila, 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 or, like, just any, like, one thing, just all the way down, and it's the only thing that we have there. That makes so much sense, but also... honestly, like, I'm kind of here for it just because I like fried pickles too.
That's what
If they were cute, I'd be down.
Yo, and
I would respond and I would say this is the wrong prompt, but where should we go?
right, we're the best fried pickles in the town. What the fuck?
So I'm gonna get on my soapbox for just a second.
Do you want to put your feet up really quick?
I'm gonna
Watch my beer. Yeah.
watch my beer. Okay, couple of things. One of my personal pet peeves is when either like the sentence structure, the response structure, or just like the response doesn't match the prompt. But hear me out. One of the reasons for that is like how closely they're paying attention to details.
Yeah.
Because the person who puts fried pickles and beer as a random fact, they're going to forget that you have plans at 5:30 on Tuesday. They're not going to remember, like, I'm sorry. I'm just going to make some general assumptions here, but this person is like not paying attention to the details.
Listen,
and so either...
Listen, all jokes aside.
Hold up.
Okay.
I'm still on my box. I didn't step down yet.
Your feet are on the ground. All right.
So to me, it's like a huge red flag because either they don't care enough to like pay attention, and like when I'm actively on the apps, like I do care about like what my responses are and how they're going to be perceived. Check for like grammatical and spelling errors unless I'm ironically using something. So to me, it's like, this is like a big red flag. All of that being said, I am here for fried pickles and beer. It's the wrong prompt though.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least once per episode of Shit Guys Say, we have to shit on somebody for using either the wrong prompt and or like fucked up grammar and spelling. Like that is probably our most common mistake that we see on these things. And I'm with you. I don't think you need to put a ton of time into your dating profile to put a little thought into it.
I don't think so either. Listen, like I said, this person is probably getting a swipe right because I'm assuming the rest of theirs is like a human being. But like if the rest of your profile is simply, God damn. Sorry guys, we just switched to the next prompt, and there is a literal stack of salami just tightly packed inside of a sausage packaging right in front of us.
Also, though, before we transition to this next one, take a piece of salami, put a pickle in it, cream cheese, wrap it up.
Yes.
Ooh, Ooh,
Okay, I'm in for that.
So
Do
fucking
you guys have
hungry
any
now.
salami? No. All right. Never mind.
It's hard salami.
All right. We'll
Oh, I also don't have any more cream cheese. Luna ate the rest of it yesterday.
oh my god. We'll talk offline. We'll talk offline about this.
yeah, I'm launching my new brand, and it's just pickles and things.
Slomwich.
So,
Slomwich.
so yeah, speaking of hard salami, go on with your bad self describing this this profile photo.
Describe it without telling anybody what it is. This Cadillac of men.
Actually, that's so good because yeah.
That's funny. Honestly, that's how I describe myself. So shouts out to you, homie. Congratulations for getting into this crowd.
Okay.
I don't care if you agree.
Okay. Cool.
Okay,
Cool.
that's
cool.
for the elite. All right, shouts
Okay.
out. Shouts out. Yeah, hopping off the lot. This guy, wow. His abs look his abs look angry.
He's got those like I don't know what it's called, but if you haven't figured it out,
The side abs.
No, but like the like chest abs, like the rib abs, like
Yeah.
muscle definition around your chest,
Right.
Because it's not your pecs.
No, it's
and
like,
it's like not your traps. I don't know what this muscle is right here.
yeah, I call them side abs or like the baby side ribs.
This guy's never worked out a day in his life.
You don't think-
Ever.
What?
This guy's never skipped a workout. This guy has never skipped a workout.
no days off.
Yo, he's flexing his heart out right now. I can see his veins, bro.
Well, I mean, he for sure competes in bodybuilding.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
There's no doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I will say my favorite part about this is his beard. I won't lie to you.
I mean, if anybody, obviously we've deduced that this man is shirtless. This is his first photo.
No, this was all through the shirt. That's how big he is.
He is shirtless. He has a backwards baseball cap, a really big beard. And is that what is the name of that like move that he's doing with his arms? Is that a dab?
No, that's not a dab.
No, I
That's
wanna-
no.
Actually,
That's-
I want to say it's the Arnold, like the pose that Arnold Schwarzenegger.
it's
made
like right
famous.
before you do it. Anyways, yes, I've watched a lot of bodybuilding videos.
But
yeah,
no, it's not
It's, like,
that. But
in
it
the
is.
motion.
It's like for sure like a competition like bodybuilding pose.
yeah, it's tight. Damn, this dude's tight. I have nothing physically to say about this guy other than I would never hang out with him because I can't eat nachos.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just a very interesting first impression. I do think it's a little edited because you
Absolutely.
can see all the grains.
Who's glistening
it's a
like that?
grainy. But yeah, I was honestly taken aback by this, and all he said was "good evening!" exclamation point with a capital E on evening.
He sounds.
What does one do with that? I feel like that's like he's
Yeah.
like, I'm so fucking sexy that all I need to say is hi.
See, that's not what I was going with. I thought he's. And listen, I used to go to the gym a lot. When you guys met me, I was at my heaviest, and like I worked out a lot. But like knowing these people, a lot of times there's a lot of like self-consciousness, and they don't know what to do. You know.
I mean, that's everybody.
Yeah, but like especially for people whose livelihood depends on how good they look, which I can. I'd be so upset if we scroll down in his profile and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking Uber driver." Like, yo, yo, for real? Nobody needs to look like a tightly packed sausage. You know, nobody needs to look like that.
So one thing I will say is I think that what's interesting about your first, again, it's like that first photo, right? This is going to probably, okay, so it's like we've talked about before of extremes. Like if you're extremely conservative or extremely liberal or extremely religious or extremely atheist or whatever, like presenting certain things on your profile because it matches where you're like, hey, no, I absolutely won't, whatever. To me, this presents like fitness is probably the most important part of his life, which is awesome for him. But he's probably looking for someone who is as into the gym and training and meal prepping and all those things. So he's like, he's putting it out there. If it's not that big of a deal and he doesn't mind dating someone who eats carbs, then like maybe this shouldn't be the first photo.
Well, I mean, obviously, like, I understand all of that, and I agree with what you're saying. I take this honestly as a little show-offy, personally, and that's, I just don't, I mean, number one, like, shirtless photos on dating apps, like, unless there's a reason that you're shirtless, like you're at the beach and it's a cool photo, like, I'm not a huge fan, because to me that says fuckboy. And it's, I mean, hopefully, usually it's guys that do have really nice abs, so it's like they're like, yeah, look, I've got these washboard abs, don't you want to fuck me? That's how I take it.
The answer is yes.
It feels very show-offy. Also, everybody, Paul wants to fuck this guy.
Obvious. Anyways, no, just
Yeah, that's a good point. See, my unfortunate, like, my filter for fuckboys is much less advanced than yours. So I think for me, I didn't think about it, but that is actually a very good point. Like, this type of photo is very, like, show off braggy versus, like, hey, like, he's not, maybe he's a really humble guy. Oh, we're gonna zoom in.
we didn't need to do that.
Incredible. Incredible.
Like, yo, man.
Oh, and he's wearing bracelets.
I thought that was a watch.
He's wearing bracelets.
He's
I'm
wearing
out.
bracelets. Oh, yeah. Yo, please stop. What?
I will neither confirm.
Why are his nipples dark on the outside but light on the inside?
I will
zoom in now. We're already in now. Go ahead, zoom in.
I will neither confirm nor deny that someone has left bracelets and or a necklace at my place before.
Do you see it?
It was a dark time.
His
Okay.
nipples are light on the inside and dark on the outside.
So we just zoomed in, like, to just his torso because I'm fucking with them.
Right. Yeah.
This shot, like, without his face or anything, kind of reminds me of, like, Michelangelo statues and shit.
Now, as an artist, I'd have to disagree.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's art. I'm just saying it's the same, like, concept.
Michelangelo's art often depicted the human body in a more naturalistic state. His is obviously homeboy juices, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, don't diss my boy. He's one of my favorite artists.
No.
But yeah, no, as far as like I don't know. To me, off top, that doesn't read as fuckboy only because you want to present what you think is your best side of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I put up my best picture on my whatever at the time Hinge, and so, like, does that make me a fuckboy because I wanted people to look at me the best way that I think that I look? You know what I'm saying? And that's probably in his mind the best way that he looked. Any same way with any chick that throws her ass out there, that might be the best way she thinks she looked. I don't think she's a fuckboy. She got a big ass though.
You lost me. My ADD is kicking in. All right, on to the next one. Oh yeah, we need, like, that transition. Paul, why don't you set the scene for this one?
No.
Okay, Marie,
All right,
you
I'll
set
do
the
it.
scene.
It's fine. I'm here now.
This is a Facebook message.
So, homeboy.
End scene.
So,
Oh, this is somebody that this person that sent it in is friends with
oh no.
on Facebook.
Interesting.
So that's an interesting twist.
Okay. So, homie says wave because they got added. Whatever. Let's see. 5 days later, they replied to somebody's story with, "Where did you come from?" Where did you come from? No, I got to figure out how to say it because there's no question mark. How do you say that without a question mark? You guys give me.
No, I think we also have that. Like, we also ask it as a question.
Do you still have to ask it as a question? Because he exclamation marked that.
How do you say that as? Oh my god, this is breaking my brain.
Right? How do you say that without?
Where? No, I just. Oh, okay. Anyways, it says where did you?
Where
did you come from with exclamation points and not a question mark?
All right. And so the next message is, let's see, 14 days later.
Exactly 2 weeks later.
At 2 p.m. Interesting time. Who are you, baby? I love it.
Ew.
No question mark. Who are you, baby? I love it.
Another story reply too.
That's so upsetting. Oh, all right. 4:25 that day. Missed audio call. Homeboy called. Bring.
Sorry, I just forgot I have a good one. You guys continue. I'm going to go grab my phone.
Bring, bring, he says. And then he says, so you like to be seen. You feel like a queen. You need a king. Bars.
Where is that coming from? Questions. All right, next slide.
No.
I'm assuming
this is a horror
this
story.
Was recently, because it says yesterday at 8:33 p.m.
Can I say this person's username? You know what? No, I probably shouldn't.
No,
but
don't say. Oh, wait, maybe this.
'Cause
Wait, is this Instagram?
That's Facebook right there. That's
This is a
Instagram.
second. Okay, this is somebody else.
Okay.
Going back to the missed audio call.
Yeah. Homie missed the audio call, and then he says, so you like to be seen. You feel like a queen. You need a king.
It does feel like an attempt at poetry, doesn't it?
Like, it feels like a bad haiku, you know? But, like, it's not an attempt. Homeboy just doesn't know how to use punctuation. Like, listen, my what you call it? My stance is don't be a creep. But if you're going to be a creep, at least use punctuation. I just respect the English language.
Also, I just don't understand where it's coming from. First of all, the person that you're sending this to has not said anything to acknowledge that you're alive,
Right.
other than friend you back. Not responding to any of these messages, obviously missed the audio call. So I guess because the audio call was missed, that means that she wants to be seen. So does that mean she wants a video call?
Oh no, I hope not. There's so much context we're missing, but I
have questions.
What I'm always curious as to what these dudes' lives are like, because I could, even if I guess was a creep, I don't have the time to be a creep. You know what I'm saying? I have zero time. What is your day like where you can message somebody at 4:25? Dog, I'm at work. What are you talking about? Who are these bums? How
I'm
much
in the middle
do you
of
make?
my shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you what?
No, my shit, my work shit.
Oh, I thought Marie just told us she was in the middle of taking a dump. She was
every day at 4:25 p.m. I take a shit.
Dookie clock. This is what we got.
Can you schedule it like that? Because that would actually be much more efficient.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, on that note of you feel like a queen, you need a king, I think it's time for us to head into our kingdom for the day.
Her kingdom? You mean Lazarus?
Lazarus, yes. Always.
Always. Absolutely.
It's been great, Paul. We appreciate you. You can find him at PM Jams and P Miller on Spotify. Marie, where can you find us?
Yeah, he's busy right now. You can find us at Swipe and the City across all platforms. You can find me at Marie R. Carlson anywhere.
You can find me at MCraigPDX on Instagram and Twitter. And then I am Michelle Thinks She's Funny on TikTok.
Thanks for joining us for the shit, y'all. Cheers.
Cheers.